Hello, people of no color and no culture. I started working on this video about a half an hour ago, and the initial headline on this article, so this is a website called equimanagement.com, or equine as in horses, and it's dated November 14th, 2022, and it said the horse resided in King County, and they didn't say which city in King County, and now this is updated and saying the horse resides in Kitsap County. And here we go. Now the first edition of this story was there was one horse in King County. And King County is a big place. So King County is right smack dab in the middle of your screen there. It's right there. And to the left is Kitsap County. And King County is the birthplace of NoNo-22. And so they're going to try to start a NoNo-22, NoNo horse disease 22, I'll betcha. So I don't know why they changed it to Kitsap County. Probably their numbers didn't all add up the way they wanted to. 3 horses in Kitsap County, Washington have tested positive for equine influenza after one horse returned from a show. And initially it said the one horse had strangles. And well, what is strangles? Strangles is like a horse cold, where they have sneezing, runny nose, high fever. I guess the horse flu, horse influenza. But it's caused by a bacterium, the Streptococcus equi. Horse, and what are some Streptococcus? You've got strep throat, for humans at least, and then you have MRSA, which is a strep. But this thing can be controlled by or fixed with antibiotics. So why they're making a big deal about this, but why are they talking about? I don't know why they changed it. Well, from strangles, because most people don't know what horse strangles are. They probably changed the article so it'd say equine influenza. The state vet office confirmed that a horse in Kitsap County, Washington is positive for equine influenza. The horse returned from a show the previous week. It displayed some symptoms. 2 other horses had symptoms and tested positive as well. Well, how are they testing these horses? I'll get into that. The owner is working with a veterinarian and practicing self-quarantine at the stable. Initially, the article said that it was working on biosecurity. Seriously. It said biosecurity. Not quarantining the stable, but biosecurity. So it was a really big deal here. And then we have this organization, EDCC Health Watch, is an equine network marketing program, so marketing and advertising that utilizes information from the EDCC, the Equine Disease Communication Center, similar to the human CDC, to create and disseminate verified, like blue check verified, equine disease reports. The EDCC is an independent nonprofit organization like Planned Parenthood, like the ADL, like the SPLC, Southern Poverty Law Center, like, those pot stirs, and supported by industry donations in order to provide open access to infectious disease information. Okay, so what are they saying here about equine influenza? Equine influenza is a highly contagious respiratory disease that infects horses, ponies, and other equids, such as donkeys, mules, and zebras. The virus that causes it is spread. They said initially it was caused by bacterium, by a streptococcus. But now here we're saying virus that's spread via saliva and respiratory secretions from infected horses. So if you've ever been around horses go and they fling their snot everywhere. Horses are commonly exposed via horse-to-horse contact, aerosol transmission from coughing and sneezing in contact with humans, contaminated hands, shoes, or clothes, or contaminated tack buckets or other equipment. Well, I'm going to call horse shit on that, but horse shit, and I'm talking about horses. Isn't that funny? Clinical signs of equine influenza, which the last article said it was a bacterium, can include a high fever up to 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, we don't know what the normal horse's temperature is. A dry, hacking cough, depression. Horses talk about their feelings, weakness, anorexia, serious watery nasal drainage, and slightly enlarged lymph nodes. Now, the last article said abscess, swollen lymph nodes, abscess in the lymph nodes, That's pretty serious. Abscess? Your horse is going to be in such a bad shape, you're going to let it develop an abscess? That's crazy. Difficulty swallowing, so the horse is going to drool. And then a runny nose. Horses do have runny noses, and they like to fling their snot everywhere. Consider monitoring your horse's health at shows by taking his temperature daily. Oh my God. Which can help you pick up signs of infection early and take appropriate measures to reduce disease spread. Vaccination. The last article said the vaccinations don't work. You can use them, but they don't work. And now they're saying vaccination is an important and inexpensive way to protect your horse. U.S. Equestrian requires proof that horses have had an equine influenza vaccination within 6 months prior to attending organization-sanctioned competitions or events. Your veterinarian can help you determine what other vaccines your horse might benefit from. Here we go. In addition to vaccinating, following strict biosecurity protocols. That's weird. Biosecurity and what's the word I'm looking for here? Darn it. Self-quarantine, the nouveau words for the stupid 19 era, can help reduce your horse's chance of infection and disease. Such measures include quarantining new equine arrivals at barns, disinfecting buckets and equipment, and preventing nose-to-nose contact between horses. Oh, now your horse is going to get depressed. I don't know if horses need to have nose-to-nose contact. That's weird. It's weird. What is this? Oh, and it said that they tested, this is what I thought was really weird. They tested for this strangles or this equine influenza with PCR testing. They shove a Q-tip up the poor thing's nose. Well, and initially the other article said that it was caused by Streptococcus equi. And so now it's confusing. Well, why would you test? Maybe they needed to update it. I don't know. It's probably just a bacteria infection. And then they said they didn't want to use antibiotics because, there's overuse of antibiotics. I'm like, for horses? There's an overuse of antibiotics for horses? What? Are they spraying antibiotics on horses' foods, their grains, their hay, the grass? How are horses having overuse of antibiotics? Now, our factory farmed animals have overuse of antibiotics because they're in filthy, cramped conditions and they're going to get sick and die from whatever disease is growing, or, whatever opportunistic disease is growing in that condition. And people have to be careful with antibiotic use because, well, this is alleged. I don't know for sure. I've never looked at it under a microscope or tested it myself. So I'm just going to say alleged. That when these factory farm animals consume antibiotics, it stays in their body, and then we eat these factory farmed animals and we inherit, I guess, the antibiotics, and our normal flora becomes resistant to antibiotics whenever we have a shift in our flora. And if you don't know, they're bacteria and virus, or bacteria, I don't even know if viruses are real, but bacteria live on our skin, and yeast lives on our skin, or in our whole body, I mean. And if our normal flora gets low, then the opportunistic flora or bacterium, yeast, or whatever would get out of control. But we have stuff to manage that. We have antifungals, we have antibacterials. And I still don't understand why they're doing PCR testing. Well, why wouldn't you just look at stuff under, get a sample and then look at it under a microscope? You're allegedly supposed to be able to see viruses under a micron. Was it the 10 times magnification? Isn't that what that is? Microscope, you could see a bacterium under a regular microscope. Streptococcus is everywhere. So I don't know. This is really strange. So now here we go. We've got NoNo-22. First it started in King County, the birthplace of NoNo-19. And now they're saying it's in Kitsap County. All right, people of no color and no culture. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to your thoughts below.